Students, in this video we will study another criterion which is very important in bacterial systematics, that is serological methods or serological testing. The serological testing or serological tests involve the reaction of microorganisms. They are called antigens with specific antibodies. How we can obtain antibodies? For identifying an antigen, we require antibodies. How we can obtain antibodies? Antibodies can be obtained by injecting microbes or their antigens into experimental animals like horse, guinea pigs, or even humans. And this method is particularly useful for identification of microbes because the test is very rapid and it is highly specific, and also one of the important application or importance of this method in identification is that is some of the organisms, some of the bacteria or some of the organisms which are non-cultivable. Such organisms can also be identified by this method, serological method. So this method is very specific and it is highly rapid. Even within hours we can identify an antigen. Here the antigen is bacteria or the microorganisms with the specific antibodies. We can identify them very easily and rapidly. So common serological tests which are used in identification or in the bacteriology are agglutination reactions, precipitation reactions, complement fixation test, ELISA enzyme linked immunosorbent assay, immunofluorescence, immunoelectrophoresis, radio immunoassay, immunoblotting, etc. There are various techniques or various methods in serological test which can be used for the identification of bacteria or any antigen. And serotyping refers to the serological procedure or procedures which are used to differentiate strains of microorganisms. What are strains? Strain means there is subdivision of species. Okay, that is the smallest level. So this strain level identification can be done with the specific antibodies or by using serological test. Okay, that is the even within a species there are antigenic variants. The antigen present on the same the organism which are under the same species may be different. Such type of organisms are called serotypes. And for the serotyping is a procedure by which a strain is identified by using specific antibodies or by using a serological method. That method is called serotyping, and the strain which is antigenically distinct within a single species, they are called serotypes. Okay. So you have to you have to learn the names, that is names of some serological tests which are used for the identification of bacteria. That is agglutination reaction or agglutination test, precipitation reaction, complement fixation test CFT, then ELISA enzyme linked immunosorbent assay, then immunofluorescence, immunoelectrophoresis, radio immunoassay, then immunoblotting, etc. So we will discuss one by one. What is agglutination? First is agglutination. What is agglutination test? Here the agglutination test is used to agglutinate antigens. Agglutination means clumping. Okay, clumps formation. Okay, it is used to agglutinate antigens which are particulate. Okay, when particulate antigens get agglutinated, that process is called agglutination. Here, it is used to agglutinate antigen which are particulate by using multivalent antibodies. Here, the antibodies must be multivalent. Okay, multivalent antibodies are used for here. Multivalent means they are having more than one valency or more than one site to attach with the antigen. So when this multivalent antibody is combined with a complex antigen or particulate antigen, the antigen will get agglutinated or they form clumps. For example, Widal test. Widal test is used to detecting Salmonella antigens. Okay, you will study in your 5th semester what is Widal test. Okay, that you will study in detail. Here it is used, an example is Widal test. It is used for the detecting Salmonella antigens. Then there are two in different ways we can perform agglutination test. Slide agglutination we can perform on slide, we can perform, or we can perform the agglutination test in tubes. Okay, when antigen multivalent antibodies will combine with a particulate antigen, they will form clumps or they will get agglutinated. The antigen will get agglutinated. You can see the agglutinated particles. Okay, the antigen get agglutinated, and this is what you can see the on this a slide method of what Widal reaction slide method. Here you can see the agglutination. You can see the particulate agglutination here. Okay, this here this is no agglutination. Okay, one example is Widal test. The next is precipitation test. We are studying only the very little little about this serological test. Okay, because you will study in immunology in detail. You will study in later in your higher semesters. Okay, but here we are just touching all the test. Okay, so next is precipitation test. Here the precipitation test is used for the diagnosis of different diseases. Okay, here the difference between agglutination and precipitation is here the antigens are soluble. Soluble antigens are precipitated by multivalent antibodies. Here when soluble antigens, that's the antigen which is solubilized in in a medium, when it combines with antibody, it will get precipitated. So when the antibody meets the antigen in a particular concentration, a suitable concentration, then there will be a precipitation. You can see the precipitation. It's called the zone of equivalence or the precipitation zone. When here the antibody meets the antigen in optimum concentration, there only it will produce precipitation, or the antigen will get precipitated only at that region. So in tubes you can see like that. Here the soluble antigen is there, and then if we add the antibodies, then the antigen get precipitated. This precipitation zone. Okay, then other test is complement fixation test. This for the antigen detection by using antibody and complement. Here complement is the array of proteins which are very important in immunity or the antigen or the antigen elimination. The complement, a group of protein which are very important antigen elimination, they are the complement. So here the complement fixation test is called a CFT test or CFT, complement fixation test. It is for the detection of antigen by using antibody along with the complement. Okay. The next is enzyme linked immunosorbent assay, ELISA. ELISA is a very common method for the identification of antigen or antibody. We can identify, here we are only discussing about the antigen. So for detecting antigen, a very common method and very specific and very rapid method which is used is enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. And this is one of the tests which is used as a screen test in the case of HIV, AIDS. Okay, ELISA, enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. Here the antigen antibody reaction is there. Here here if we want to identify an antigen, then we need a well or a surface, or it is performed in a small well, the polystyrene well, or small polystyrene wells are used, which is coated with an antibody which is specific for our antigen. So it is already there, the antibody which is immobilized will be there, and then if our sample is added, and the sample, if it contains a specific antigen which is suitable for this antibody, then the binding will occur. The antigen will bind with the captured antibody or the immobilized antibody in the polystyrene wells. Okay, so this antigen antibody binding, we cannot visualize that. Okay, in order to visualize this antigen binding with the antibody, we need another antibody which can bind with the antigen antibody complex. Okay, here, and then this antibody can be detected by this binding, can be detected by using another antibody which is called the secondary antibody or an antibody conjugate, which is labeled with an enzyme. Okay, a label will be there. This antibody, we are adding this antibody which is specific for this antigen. So when the antigen antibody binding occurred, then this conjugate antibody or the secondary antibody which is tagged with an enzyme will bind with this. So if for the visualization of this reaction for this antigen, if we add the specific substrate for this enzyme, then the substrate will bind with the enzyme and will produce a colored product. So if any color change is there, or a green or yellow or blue coloration is there, that indicates that the antigen is present. Okay, the antigen is present. So that is enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. Then other test, neutralization test is there. Neutralization, then hemolysis neutralization is there. Then okay, the neutralization, the viral for the viral toxin and other, this neutralization test is used. The radio immunoassay. Here the radio labels are used. Okay, instead of this enzyme tag, we are using the enzyme tag here. Instead of this, we are using radio labels. Okay, the radio labels are having so many problems because the disposal is very difficult in the case of radio labels. So it is also dangerous, also health problems, it will cause health problems. So now we are using only this enzyme tags. So enzyme linked immunosorbent assay, here there is no problem. The enzymes are biodegradable, there is no problem for the health, so it is very safe to use. So now it is replaced by radio labeling, is replaced by enzyme tags. So that's all about the serological test. Thank you.